Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Welcome everybody
really loud.
that was kind of loud. Well, fix
That's
that.
okay.
Well, fix it in post. Welcome everybody to episode 26 of the See It podcast. How's everybody doing today?
We've been gone for so long.
I know we had a little hiatus, but I think we're back on track now and ready to pick it back up where we left off. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew Ormsby, drinking, as always, my Johnny Walker Black Label. Joining us, we have a new host joining us this week. Hello.
Hi, I'm Shelby, and I'm just
Here.
here.
You're here.
Austin is no longer with us. He's trying to be an aspiring screenwriter in Chicago.
Yeah.
So we have Shelby.
Traitor!
Shelby, who is big into movies and TV. You have to tell us what your favorite TV show is.
That's kind of a tie between Once Upon a Time, because I love Robert Carlyle.
That show's actually awesome.
And
I was surprised by how good that show was, actually.
for an ABC Family show, yeah. I also really like The League.
The League is hilarious!
You like The League?
I love
That
The
is
League.
awesome.
I've been watching the new season.
It's hilarious. I watched a new episode last night.
That's good because we talk about our fantasy football team on here a lot, and it kind of turns into a little bit of our own personal episode of the league. We actually
great.
have somebody on our team who is a taco. Every league has a taco.
Yes.
Just one person that doesn't know what they're doing. And his team's called the Vinegar Strokes. So
Oh, yeah, he hasn't. Wait, no, he's 1-1. This year's taco has to be Justin because he hasn't won a game.
that's true. But
Tacos won.
yeah, Taco
Yeah,
wins.
he had
was,
he was the second person to win the
That's
Shiva
true.
trophy.
He actually
I keep
won the
forgetting
league.
that.
He just didn't realize that he won it.
Yeah.
He was like, "What's that? What are you guys doing?"
That the height supremacist episode the other night where he had his van, the EBDB.
Right now, I'm on the episode where it's the puber cuts.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good episode. And I'm Zach Chadwick, and I am drinking a smooth Pabst Blue Ribbon, recently bought out by a Russian brewery.
That's right. I read about that. So I guess they're going to throw some vodka in there because they don't use water. They got to protect their precious fluids.
I don't know. I'm not like a beer connoisseur like Austin was. but
Nobody got that reference in that room. I was waiting for somebody to go, ha, I see what you did there. But
I didn't even. Yeah, it passed over my head.
that's all right. It's from Stanley Kubrick. Dr. Strangelove. Got to protect your precious fluids.
I'm not
Anybody?
a Kubrick fan.
No.
Okay, I'm not
Never
either.
seen
I
it.
was thinking about that the other day. If I look back at all of Kubrick's films, he's not a great director, but he's a great visionary. Like
There's only one Kubrick movie I've seen that I
The
like.
Shining.
No, Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, yeah. That's a good movie.
I didn't think The Shining was that great, and I didn't care for Clockwork Orange is terrible.
Apocalypse Now is pretty good.
Yeah, that's okay. I haven't seen it in so long.
There's a really great documentary on Apocalypse Now about just how nothing was working for him when he tried to make that movie. That's why it took so long. Like, the actual filming of it took, like, years because things would just fuck up, like, right in front of him. Like, the actors were always, like, high on acid and stuff. And
It was.
Oh, dear.
Wasn't that movie made in the 70s?
yeah.
Who wasn't high on acid?
I know, but, like, during the documentary, like, while they're filming everything, you can see him, like dropping, like, tabs
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. It was pretty crazy. There was a scene where Martin Sheen was, they said, all right, we're going to cut, but he just kept going with it because he was so high. You've seen Apocalypse Now, right?
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
I don't know if you remember, it's the very beginning of the movie when he's just in his whitey-tighties and he's, like, reading the dossier and he's, like, freaking out and stuff. That's because he was high on acid and he's like, all right, we're cutting, and he just wouldn't stop.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Martin Sheen in The West Wing.
Yeah, that's Aaron Sorkin. I
haven't seen
And that
The
guy's a
West Wing.
genius. I want to hang out with Aaron Sorkin, not to hang out with him, but to hang out with the people that he talks to that make him think that that's how everybody talks, that quick repetition, quick retorts on everything, and how everybody has, like, you know what I'm talking about?
I want him to write the story of my life, and
you-
David Fincher to direct it.
Like, you have, like, if you watch, like, Social Network or The Newsroom, everybody just talks really quick and really fast, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen but 2 episodes of The Newsroom.
So I want to hang... Oh, it's the most important show of all time. But I want to hang out with Aaron Sorkin just so I can find out, like, okay, so this is what you think people actually talk like? Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm going to take a drink, and then I'm going to give you my Did You See That review of the week.
Did you see that?
Oh, that's good. It's really good. All right.
No, it's terrible.
It's not terrible.
That is... I don't understand how anyone can drink that.
Men drink it. The film I'm going to talk about this week is The Rover. It's that Guy Pearce, Robert Pattinson movie that came out this year. Mm-hmm. Directed by David Michaud. Did you ever watch Animal Kingdom?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Never mind then.
Have you seen it?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, okay. I was intrigued by this film after I saw the trailer for it several months ago. It looked really good.
We talked about it.
Yeah, on Trailer Talk.
Right.
It kind of has this... It's the setting of a Mad Max film, but it's kind of styled for like capturing like scenic surroundings and stuff. Sort of like a cinematography you find like a Gareth Edwards or a Nicholas Winding Refn film, you know? You alright, bro?
Yeah, I'm whiffing that damn scotch, and it's killing my nose.
Come on, be a man. I'm putting it down to here.
Thank you.
God damn it. Freaking asshole. Alright. So, Guy Pearce, he plays this really intense man who's trying to survive in this barren wasteland of this post-apocalyptic Australia. Very much like a Mad Max film, you know?
Okay, I'm with you.
And out of nowhere, these three strangers steal his car.
Okay.
And now Guy Pearce is on this vendetta to get his stolen car back. And along the way, he runs into Robert Pattinson. His character is this mentally challenged...
You shaking your head, you don't like him?
No, I wish he would have stayed dead in Harry Potter.
Aww.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. It's mostly his face, though. It's not his acting.
Okay, his performance in this movie, it seemed very forced, like he was trying to come off too hard as mentally challenged.
Sean Penn and I Am Sam.
Even more than that.
Really?
Like, he was twitching.
It's a good movie.
It was super sad, but he like went over the top.
He went full retard. Never go full retard.
What about...
We're going to talk about that movie later, too.
What about What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's a great movie.
And
Leo
DiCaprio.
he did really good.
Yeah, he did.
Leo DiCaprio.
That's when I realized how good of an actor he was.
I didn't see that movie until way after.
Me too.
So
I saw Gatsby the other day.
yeah, not that great.
The only part I didn't like was how he said "old sport" after everything.
Yeah.
Annoyed the shit out of me. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. But yeah, Robert Pattinson, he really forced his performance, and it kind of takes you out of the believability of the film. Another complaint I had about this film is the ending. When it's finally revealed why he wanted his car back so bad, it's like, oh, that's kind of a cliche.
Is there a bunch of drugs in it?
No.
Damn it.
Having said that, though, this film is not in my top 10 of 2014, but it is definitely a see it movie. It was a lot of fun.
I probably won't ever see it.
Really?
Not because I think it looks terrible, just because there's all kinds of movies that I say, oh, I want to see that, and I never see them.
Yeah, we do it all the time in trailer talk.
Yeah,
I don't know how
all
many
the
movies
time.
we've seen, like the trailers for, like, oh, the movie's going to be amazing.
Like, I still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know, you got to
Makes
get
me
off
sad.
your ass and see that movie.
No, check this out. So my second wedding anniversary is next weekend.
Oh my god, nobody cares.
I know, thanks.
Congratulations.
You know what she wants to do? She wants to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah,
So we're going to go see it next week.
you two are made for each other.
I know.
All right, film, definitely a see it, though, if you ever get the chance. Yeah, check it out. Like I said, it's not an action movie like it comes across in the trailers. It's sort of like a... Do you ever watch Gareth Edwards movies like Monsters? It came
Godzilla.
It came out Godzilla. Did you ever see the new Godzilla movie?
No.
I got the limited edition over there. I'm so excited, the Blu-ray limited edition. That's still my number one movie of this year.
X-Men's better.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Not even
It
close.
is.
We're
X-Men
talking
is...
about Days of Future
Yes.
Past.
What is wrong with you two?
I liked it only because it opened up the leeway for more X-Men movies.
I know,
because it
but
completely
it's-
undid everything before, all of the other movies to make new
It
ones.
went from... like,
X-Men's number 4 on my films for this year.
So, on my film, Lord of the Rings was my favorite movie for a long, long time. And it still is...
Like of all time, you mean?
yeah, of all time. And after I saw this, X-Men is my favorite movie of all time now.
Not
It was
even
that
close.
good.
Not even close. It's not even my favorite film this year. It's number 4. Oh, next week I want you guys to bring your top 10 films of 2014 because we're going to start keeping track of that. And at the end of the year, we're going to find out based off of
The
our
Lego
top 10
movie.
list. That's your favorite movie of the year?
No, X-Men's my favorite movie of the year, but Lego movie is my
I was
second
about to
favorite.
say-
Because everything is awesome.
Lego Movie is number 3 on my list right now. It's Godzilla, Guardians of the Galaxy, then the Lego Movie.
Oh,
then
yeah, I haven't seen
Apparently, I'm
Guardians
going to have
yet.
to see the Lego movie.
It's
Oh, you haven't
hilarious.
seen the
It's
Lego movie?
No.
hilarious.
One
I
of the best movies.
Figured because it was Legos, I wouldn't want to see it.
One of the
but-
funniest movies I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yes.
And then Grand Budapest Hotel, that movie was amazing. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Chef, Edge of Tomorrow, which they're renaming. Did you hear about that?
I need to see Chef.
Chef was really good. They're renaming Edge of Tomorrow when it comes out on DVD.
Why?
Did you know that? I think it's going to be called Live, Die, Repeat.
Why?
That sounds ridiculous. Why would you
Why?
change the name of a movie
I have no idea.
halfway through
That's
all
the
of that?
dumbest
But
thing I've ever heard.
You know what? It got us talking about it, and it's a good marketing ploy because all they had to do was just change the title on the DVD.
That's stupid as hell.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I have no idea, but the movie is very good. It's a very good movie.
Whatever.
And then The
It's
Raid,
gonna confuse me.
The Raid 2,
Yeah, I know.
Berendel, and then Captain America 2, which I
Oh,
don't...
let's get Edge of Tomorrow. It comes out on Blu-ray next week. Wait, I don't see it. It's nowhere. That's because it's not called Edge of Tomorrow.
You know just as well as I do, people don't look for a title whenever they look. They look for the main characters on the cover of the movie, so they're just going to look for Tom Cruise in a Halo suit.
Oh, ugh. I don't like Tom Cruise anyway.
No, it's a really good Tom Cruise movie.
There's only, I think, 4 Tom Cruise movies I like.
I think you guys are crazy because I don't like him, like as a person. I don't think a lot of people do, but he has some really good movies.
He wants the truth.
He does want the truth. We all want the truth. You can't blame the guy for wanting the truth.
Maybe he shouldn't be in Scientology.
Yeah, there is that.
You know what? I think it's time we move on to Speaking of News. Is everybody ready?
Always.
I think so.
Zach, why don't you take away Speaking of News this week?
Yeah, so Richard Kiel, very famous actor he portrayed Jaws and James Bond. I've never seen. I didn't watch any of the old James Bond movies. Not a fan. But he was the Happy Gilmore's boss who had the nail in his head in Happy Gilmore. Hilarious.
He passed away.
He passed away. Yeah, that's sad.
You know, he was probably one of my favorite Bond villains, and he was only in 2 Bond movies.
He had some really rare, genetic thing that made him super huge and
Gigantism.
stuff. Yeah, that sucks.
He was 7'2", I believe, and
Jesus.
it got to the point where if you see him in Happy Gilmore, he's always leaning on something.
Yeah, he has a cane in that movie.
Yeah, and there's a scene at the very end of Happy Gilmore where he's chasing.
Yeah.
What's his name? McGavin.
Shooter McGavin?
Shooter McGavin.
Shooter.
Where he's chasing Shooter McGavin. He's actually rolling down the hill in a wheelchair. So if you watch the movie, you'll see him moving his hands like he's running, but he's actually
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was entangled?
Yeah, he was one
That
of
is a funny movie.
It was okay.
Are you kidding me?
I love all of those new movies. I want to see Brave really bad. Frozen's coming to Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
bringing
saw that.
Elsa
My
in.
wife's really excited for that.
I'm really excited for it.
You know what's weird is I was actually watching the Twilight Zone, the original the Rod Stewart Twilight Zones.
Rod Stewart.
And there was an episode I was watching, and this is before I found out Richard Kiel passed away. It was an episode that he was actually in, one of the old black and white. It was called To Serve Man.
Huh.
And it was when aliens showed up on Earth, and they're like, "We're here to serve you. You're gonna have better crops. We're gonna help you with climate. You're not gonna have any wars anymore." And everybody's like, "Oh, these aliens are awesome." And Richard Kiel is one of the aliens. He's super tall and everything.
Okay.
And they give him this book called To Serve Man. It was like, "Oh, we can't read it because it's in a different language." And then they find out, after years and years, that everybody's happy and they're eating healthy and everything. Turns out that To Serve Man, it's actually a cookbook. They're to serve man.
So it's like Soylent Green is people?
Yeah.
Wait, you said Rod Stewart.
Rod Sterling.
Okay, because when you said Rod Stewart, I'm thinking of Rod Stewart the singer.
No.
That shows my age. Yeah. Okay, no.
But yeah, Richard Kiel, he was in Jaws. He was in a Moonraker and The Spy Who Loved Me. And
Moonraker.
Are you a James Bond fan?
Oh, no. I like Pierce Brosnan a lot. He's probably my favorite James Bond.
I like Pierce Brosnan, but
No.
I didn't. The only one I've seen other than the new ones is GoldenEye.
I've seen every Bond movie. I love James Bond.
I
I want to
know.
get the Ian Fleming collection, all the books that he wrote and everything.
That might be cool to read it, but the movies don't appeal to me.
There was a documentary that Austin and I watched. It was a James Bond documentary.
I know. You guys said it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Everything or Nothing, it was the name of it. Came out last year. Didn't know this originally, but there were actually 2 different production companies that owned the rights to James Bond, and they were making them back-to-back, trying to outdo each other. One of them owned the rights, and the other guy said he owned the rights, and it turned out that the guy who said he owned the rights didn't really own it. And whenever Sean Connery quit being James Bond for the main company, he actually went and did, because he hated the producer, Broccoli. I think him and Broccoli really hated each other. So he's like, screw you, I'm going to go do a James Bond movie with this other guy.
Okay.
And it ended up tanking. It was one of the worst Bond movies ever.
Not the best.
Yeah. But anyway, so speaking of spy films,
Matt Damon is going to be Jason Bourne again. How cool is that?
I'm really excited.
She's not very excited. She thinks Matt Damon should.
Matt Damon.
I just feel like they're dragging out the Bourne movies.
I can't disagree with that.
Okay, they're dragging them
honestly.
out, but every single time they come out with one, it's a good movie.
That's also true. But it does feel like
losing.
Does it feel lazy to you? Like
it's getting lazier. Yeah, like they're losing their integrity.
I can kind of understand that, but if he's going to be in the one with Jeremy Renner, like they're going to do a last one with those two.
What was the last
I'll
one
watch
called?
the shit out of that.
Born Legacy, the Jeremy Renner one. Born Legacy,
Something like that.
Okay,
I haven't.
That was
seen
actually
it.
really good. I was like, Matt Damon's not in it, but they're both going to be in it this time.
But see, with
I love Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner's awesome. I like slow burning spy thrillers more than the Bourne type of spy thrillers. Like the first Mission Impossible. Was amazing.
I was actually just thinking about that.
I like the last Mission Impossible the best.
The last one was awesome
Ghost
too.
Protocol was really good. Mission Impossible 2 is the worst.
No, it's not.
And-
Three is the worst. Let's just say it.
No, the John Woo Mission Impossible 2 was terrible. And
Shut your mouth.
and then
I
the-
saw that twice in theaters. It was
the,
awesome.
Then the Philip Seymour Hoffman movie was the second worst.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman is awesome.
MI5 comes out next year. They
Yeah, did
started
you see
filming.
the set pictures?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
What 5?
Mission Impossible 5.
The next
Oh.
one, yeah.
I love it because
Another dragged out.
Yeah, no.
no, because those are getting good too. They're being
Every once in a while.
if Mission
they get a
Impossible
good
5
one.
is just as good as Ghost Protocol, I'm back on board with Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as long as, yeah, I ain't going nowhere with that.
Because Simon Pegg's in them now.
Oh, and I do love Simon Pegg. I forgot that he was in Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, he was.
He's one of my
He was
favorite
actually
actors.
in Mission Impossible 3 as well. He was in it for like
hate
2
that
minutes.
movie.
Ghost Protocol is the only one that I could finish all the way through.
You never
and
saw
actually
Mission
watch it.
Impossible 1?
No, I couldn't.
Green
like I
light,
said, I
dude.
hate Tom Cruise. I
No,
hate Tom
dude.
Cruise so much.
With that movie, that was one that people either really loved it or really hated it, because that's what the series would have been if people loved it. But that's why it went to the John Woo Mission Impossible 3 type
Which
movies.
sucked dick.
No, the second one was awesome. Shut your face.
No. All right. Speaking of Jeremy Renner.
Avengers Age of Ultron plot details have been released, and it sounds amazing.
Not going to read it. I don't want to read it because I don't want to know every single detail about a film.
No. They didn't release all the details. It's basically just the outline of the movie.
What I want to do is I want to watch a trailer, draw my own conclusions on the film, and then I want to be surprised whenever I go and I find something different, maybe.
First trailer's coming out, I think, November.
And I know that sounds
December.
hypocritical because I looked up every single detail for the last 7 years about what the new Godzilla was going to be about.
Yeah.
But that's just because I'm a fanboy.
Are you Avengers? Are you good with Avengers?
I love it.
Awesome. Amazing. This movie sounds awesome. I can't wait to see it.
I have no idea, Tony Stark's going to turn on a bad robot and they're going to have to fight it. Is that pretty much what the
No,
plot details?
not at all.
Wait, you said he's gonna make a bad robot, or he's gonna become a bad robot?
Not at all.
Neither one of those.
That is not what's going to happen.
Okay, but Tony Stark built Ultron.
His dad did. He
Oh.
didn't.
I remember Ace Stark. I just figured it was Tony.
It's like they find him and they activate him and he turns out to, beat the shit out of everyone.
Who does Tony Stark turn him on? Because then I'm right.
I don't know. They didn't say.
All right.
But I know that Paul Bettany is Vision, and that's going to be amazing.
Is Tom Hiddleston going to be in this one, or is he
No,
done?
he's done. He might be in another Thor movie, but obviously because he's Odin now.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be in the Avengers again, unless he's in Avengers 3.
He'll have to be in a new Thor movie because of the way the last one ended.
Right.
But
Avengers 3 is going to be awesome. I mean, I know Avengers 2 isn't even out yet, but Avengers 3 is going to have more like Doctor Strange and those people, but it's also going to have like Spider-Man and possibly a couple X-Men.
But are they gonna pull the actor from the Amazing Spider-Man? And okay,
That's the word.
Andrew Garfield.
Sony's
Yeah.
open to it, so that would be totally awesome.
Sony's open too, but Fox are being a big bunch of douches.
That's because Fox is lame.
if they switch Spider-Man's actor again, I'll be pretty upset.
No, Garfield's really
Garfield's
good.
way better.
He's way better than Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, but just the thought process of watching a show or a movie and having an actor change really messes me up. Even
I'm
though
with
those
you
aren't
on that,
sequels,
totally.
it just messes me up. Although I do love him,
Hugh
especially with
Hugh Jackman doesn't want to be Wolverine anymore.
He can't. He's getting. They're gonna. Well, with the new timeline, he'll be somebody else. So.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. The thing with Hugh Jackman is he's supposed to never age, right? And he's
Okay.
supposed to look the exact same in every single movie.
Okay.
He gets younger and more ripped in every single movie I've ever seen him in.
Dude, it's Hugh Jackman.
I know it's Hugh Jackman, but like if you watch the first X-Men, he's no more buff than like any guy you'd see on the street. And then in this last one, he's like a Greek god, like a perfectly sculpted body. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's
Hugh
supposed
Jackman's
to be.
always been a Greek god. I don't know what you're talking about.
See?
What was that movie he was in a long time ago? It was one of his first American movies where he was a like a Victorian soldier sent to New
The
York.
Fountain? No.
No, Kate and Leopold.
Kate Leopold, that's what it was.
I'm a typical girl with romantic comedies, and that's one of my favorites.
I didn't even know that
And I
was a
love
movie.
Meg Ryan.
No, it was this Meg Ryan Hugh Jackman movie.
I like Hugh Jackman. He's awesome.
Dude, Prisoners, best movie last year.
I don't even remember what I said it was. No, it wasn't. No, it was not.
You said that
Her
was
was
the best movie last year. All right.
That movie's so great.
I'm going to go back to Tom Hiddleston real quick just so we can use this segue I wrote down. Tom Hiddleston is one of my favorite Marvel villains. Speaking of Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston's going to be the lead in the prequel to King Kong.
Yeah, the
called
origin
Skull
story.
Island.
I'm really excited.
I don't care. I couldn't care less.
Me
Really?
either.
I love Tom Hiddleston, but I couldn't care less.
I was raised on these black and white movies, so I saw the original King Kong movie like I don't know how many times.
That's cool.
I like
Yeah.
black and white movies. I just don't like King Kong.
I'm more interested.
I love King Kong.
I'm more interested in seeing him as Hank Williams, and I hate country music. So
Yeah, I saw he actually went to a music fest a couple weeks ago or last week, and he actually performed Hank Williams songs on stage.
he's a triple threat.
Yeah,
He is the Justin Timberlake of actors.
you've seen him. No, Justin Timberlake is the Justin Timberlake of actors.
Okay. Touche. But he's also a triple threat like Justin Timberlake.
Have you seen Tom Hiddleston dance?
No.
That guy.
I don't
has-
need to. I know he can.
That guy has some footloose.
I know he can.
No, yeah, it was like he went on. I forget the name. He's that.
Ellen?
No, he's the gay British host.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
I've seen the show.
At
Love
the
it.
end of the show, they always end with the dance, and Tom Hiddleston just tore the floor up. That guy destroyed. Everybody's like, I can't follow that.
He's super charming. I mean, even
Yeah.
for me.
He's super good looking.
Guy can wear
Yeah,
a suit.
there is that. My wife, he's totally not her type. She loves the guy.
I find him more attractive than I find Thor attractive, and that's kind of saying something.
I don't know.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
is a
Hemsworth
pretty
is
man.
pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
He's no
well.
Skarsgård, but
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like tall, thin, lanky, beautiful.
Skarsgård's
for,
tall.
for Hiddleston.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston, pretty much origin story. He gets shipwrecked on Skull Island, and then they find King Kong. Speaking of sinking ships,
Daryl Hammond is returning to Saturday Night Live.
haha, I like that segue.
Yeah, it's great. I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in so long, I couldn't even begin to tell you the last time I
Is
watched
he the
it.
host?
No, do you remember, have you watched Saturday Night Live like quite a bit?
Not too much.
Nobody
but-
has.
Do you
Come on.
remember he was President Clinton for a long time? He was on with Will Ferrell when Will Ferrell was on.
I've never seen Will Ferrell on Saturday Night
Oh,
Live.
well.
Really?
He was on with
Wow.
he was on the Will Ferrell Sherry O'Terry days, and he always played like Chris Matthews or Bill Clinton.
He had the
he
best-
was very funny.
He had the best Clinton out of anybody that
And
did Clinton on the show.
There's nobody funny except Bill Hader on this show anymore. So I'm guessing Lorne Michaels gave him a bunch of money to come back
I don't
because
know if-
they need to be saved.
I don't know if this rumor is true or not, but I hear Bill Hader's going to leave to write full time on South Park.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like South Park?
I hate South Park. It makes me feel so dumb when I watch it. The one I saw one
Okay,
episode.
do you like Family Guy? Okay, I was gonna say.
What?
I was gonna say if you don't like Family or if you don't like South Park, but you like Family Guy because South Park makes you feel stupid, that's kind of hypocritical.
No, see, I can watch
Family Guy's the
American
dumbest show
Dad.
ever.
I can watch American Dad. I used to not be able to until I made the connection that Roger is an alien and Steve is a.
You
or
had to
Stan
make the
is a.
you had to make the connection. Roger's an alien. It's kind of obvious.
No, I mean, and then Stan's a CIA agent, and that's why he has an alien in his house and a talking fish. Like at first, I was just like, "Oh, alien talking fish. This is stupid. This is just stupid." And then I like had the epiphany, and I was like, "Hey!"
That's amazing.
And I don't know. I can watch that one. I hate Robot Chicken.
Oh, come on.
I hate South Park. I hate Trailer
Love
Park
South Park.
Boys.
I don't know what
I
that is,
hate-
but
Yeah,
Robot
it's
Chicken's
not the best.
Robot Chicken's
So
amazing.
dumb.
Okay.
Robot Chicken's just okay, but South Park's one of my favorite shows ever.
I
But
only
yeah,
saw
Daryl
the
Hammond.
episode where Walmart was killing people.
I guess Daryl Hammond just needs to work.
Well, maybe, but like I said, I bet he was just given a bunch of money because their ratings are awful right now.
Yeah, they're really bad. This won't bring people back.
I think it will.
No, people aren't going to...
Well, it'll give people more reasons to watch. Like, he'll be in skits, and instead of people turning the channel, they'll say, "Oh, this might be funny. I remember that guy. He was Bill Clinton."
Yeah, Bill Clinton's not relevant anymore, though.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
I don't know who Daryl Hammond
He's
is.
going to be relevant in 2 years.
Clinton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever Hillary's running for White House.
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyway, whatever. NBC needs the ratings. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking of NBC...
Oh, Greg Grunberg, who was Parkman, the telepathic cop on Heroes, is going to be in Star Wars Episode 7.
Now,
Do you care about Star Wars?
I've never seen one single Star Wars, and
how'd you get on this podcast?
That's
You
okay.
guys are
I've never
bringing up a
seen.
lot of things
I've
that I
never
don't
seen The
know.
Godfather or
I've never seen
or
The Godfather.
Goodfellas.
I gave you the Godfathers to watch.
and
No, what I
also
mean
don't
is
watch
for a long
Heroes.
time I hadn't seen them.
Okay.
Heroes? You've seen Heroes?
I have not seen Heroes, but only
The
I,
first-
I saw the
didn't-
first episode and just didn't.
The
catch
first two
on.
seasons are amazing. The third
No.
one's awful.
No. I
Yeah,
never was a
shut
fan
your
of Heroes.
fucking mouth. But yeah, no, this guy's okay. I didn't care for him that much, but it does seem like every time they add a new cast member, the movie just gets better. Like
I hope they
you've
don't
seen
just
all the
add
people.
too many people.
No, they aren't going to.
They need to get Billy D. Williams back in that shit.
J.J. Abrams and Disney are going to wring everything they can out of this movie. I don't think they're going to mess it up. They don't have Lucas's meddling hands in it anymore.
Yeah. We were talking about Heroes, and one of your personal heroes.
Oh, my second favorite actor, Michael Fassbender, is going to both produce and star in the Assassin's Creed film coming out next year.
I'm
Yep.
gonna have to watch it.
Do you like Fassbender?
I love Fassbender.
Yeah.
I've never played an Assassin's Creed.
Really?
But
I played 1, 2, and I played part of... Was
3?
it 3 was the one where they went to America?
Yeah,
that movie,
terrible.
That game sucked.
Unity's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I might play Unity. I haven't decided yet.
Got it reserved.
Yeah. I have Destiny right now, so I'm just playing Destiny. Didn't even plan on getting Destiny. I just forgot that I pre-ordered it and bought it. And then I turn on my Xbox and like, your game is finished downloading. I'm like, oh, I guess I have...
What Fassbender movies have you seen?
of course, X-Men.
Obviously,
movies.
yes. Great.
The movie where he was in the military. I can't. It's like
Inglourious Bastards?
maybe that was it, but I don't think I've seen Inglourious Bastards.
Was Brad Pitt in it?
No, he has long hair and he's like a prisoner.
300?
Oh, Hunger.
It was probably
Hunger.
I have not. Seen
He's in a
movie
prison.
300.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up.
Shame.
Shame is fucked up. Have you
Shame
seen
is-
that?
Shame.
Shame's the
He-
one of the most fucked
he's
up.
this crazy sex addict in that movie.
It was...
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. You see his...
Michael Fassbender's a sex addict.
You
I
see
know
his
that.
big dick in that movie.
Well, then I definitely have to see it now.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Spartacus?
Nah.
There's
I
a
don't
lot
have
of-
stars.
There's a lot of dicks in that show.
There's also a lot of tits and ass.
I've heard that it's
If I want tits and ass, I'll just watch True Blood.
True Blood's over now. Spartacus still going.
I got
Vampires
DVDs of it down there.
versus
Vampires
blood,
versus
gore.
every
I
single thing in
haven't
that show.
seen. I haven't seen Spartacus, but I know people either love it or hate it. So with me, I probably won't watch it until it comes out on like DVD or something.
Yeah.
It is on DVD.
Oh, is it? I might check it out.
They're like 3 seasons at
Oh, really?
Video, yeah.
Okay, well I might check it out.
I mean, I will warn you that whole actor change thing.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah,
That guy
he-
had cancer.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He got cancer during the first season, and then the second season was filmed like completely away from Spartacus, so that way he would have time. Andy Whitfield would have time
Right.
to go through treatment. But then he died by the end of the second
That's
season,
sad.
so
Yeah.
they had to replace him
That
with
makes sense.
Liam something.
Hemsworth.
Is that his name?
No.
No, it's not
No,
Liam.
okay.
It's not Chris Hemsworth's
Oh
little
wait,
brother.
no, that's that guy from
Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very pretty.
Have you? Do you have HBO at all, or do you watch
No,
HBO?
I'm mostly Netflix.
Okay, so if you like Spartacus, give it a shot. if you can, watch Game of Thrones.
I have seen 2 episodes. The first episode
man.
where the little boy or little girl is crawling up the tower and then sees the brother and the sister fucking, and then they push him down. I saw that one.
Yeah.
And I do love Sean Bean.
Yeah.
But I could not.
Has anybody spoiled anything of Game of Thrones for you?
I don't think so.
All right, when you come here,
watch it.
when you come next week, I'm going to have a flash drive of all the Game of Thrones episodes for you. Because you have to see it before somebody spoils it, because I'm surprised nobody spoiled Game of Thrones, because everybody dies in that show. Like, everybody dies, and you're
The
like...
last thing that I saw, even remotely watched, was where the dragon lady went to that Mirage town and was like, let me into your city, and they were
Wow,
like,
you jumped around.
Oh, whoa, that's
Yeah.
season 2.
Yeah, I went from that first
Oh,
episode to
man.
that episode, and I've just been...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you come
It's
next
a good
week...
show. It's kind of
never caught me.
it's more dramatic than Spartacus. There's not nearly as much. Well, after season 2, there's way less sex in it.
It's a fantasy show, but it's based around the people, so it's more of a people show than a fantasy show.
Yeah, like backstabbing and intrigue and stuff.
Yeah.
The books are great.
Spartacus is pretty dramatic.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's really
I haven't
good show.
seen it, so I know nothing about it.
Yeah. We're going to get back to Michael Fassbender, who was in the X-Men movies, which are Marvel movies. Speaking of Marvel actors...
This is the most exciting news of the last, forever.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, for a long, long time.
Go ahead.
Fox is going to make the Deadpool movie 2016. I can't wait.
June
Is it
2016.
still going to be Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool?
They think.
Yeah, well, probably the guy that... Did you ever see the video online that they made? The test footage? With Ryan?
Oh,
Okay.
we're going to have
It's
to watch
great.
that after this.
So Ryan Reynolds and the guy that's making the Deadpool movie did that, and so Ryan Reynolds is going to be Deadpool because he's been the big pusher for the movie. It's
Well, not only that, he was Deadpool in the X-Men
Exactly.
movies, so if they switch it, I might be upset.
amazeballs. I can't. The internet went bonkers when they announced it.
Whenever I saw that
My
test
Facebook
footage...
didn't.
Mine did.
Whenever I saw the test footage for that Deadpool movie, I'm like, if they do it like this, it's going to be the greatest Marvel movie of all time. And Marvel Studios isn't even going to make it.
Well, Marvel Studios is tied to it, but Fox is the one making it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Marvel Studios isn't the one
Right.
directly making it. It's going to be Fox.
Right, and it could be. I really hope it's what it showed in the stuff we've already seen.
All right, are you ready for the worst segue of all time? Deadpool is a badass who deals out justice. Speaking of badasses who deal out justice,
Yeah, that was pretty terrible.
it was pretty. I had nothing. We ran out of segues I could have
That's
used.
fine.
Go ahead.
Sam Elliott and Garrett Dillahunt are going to be in the final season of Justified, along with Timothy Olyphant,
Of course.
obviously because he's a main character.
Yeah.
Do you like Justified? Have you seen it?
Like I said,
Remember, we it's not on
Discussed it
Netflix.
before.
Oh, that's right.
No,
I'm
it's-
sorry.
They took it off Netflix. I don't get it.
but I did watch the first season, and I do really like Raylan Givens' character.
Who's that?
That's Timothy Olyphant's
Oh, okay.
character.
I've only seen one episode.
Oh, okay. Well, it's actually really good.
It's a really good show. I
and
love it.
It made me want to name my first child Raylan.
Oh wow.
So
Not
If
unlike
it's a boy.
Roland from the Dark Tower.
I can't do Roland. I know someone named Roland. I don't
Oh
know.
really?
Who's Garrett Dillahunt?
Garrett Dillahunt.
Did
He's
you?
really
I
nice
love
guy.
Sam Elliott.
Really nice guy. I met him.
Okay, Garrett Dillahunt. Have you seen Winter's Bone? Okay, have you
There's a movie that
seen?
was filmed here.
Have you seen Deadwood?
No.
Have you seen The Road?
Yes. Is that post-apocalyptic movie
Yes.
with? Yeah.
Okay.
You remember when Viggo Mortensen shoots that guy in the face that's holding his kid?
Yes.
That's
That's him.
Garrett Dillahunt.
Oh, alrighty then.
Yeah.
That movie's fun.
He was also in 12 Years a Slave. And guess what his name was in that movie? Ormsby.
He was in 12 Years a Slave?
Yeah. Whenever Chiwetel Ejiofor was working at Fassbender's plantation,
Oh,
he was the white guy.
That's right. Because then he
Garrett Dillahunt had that giant-ass beard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now would probably be the best time for your segue.
Yeah. Speaking of Timothy Olyphant and Garrett Dillahunt, they both starred in the show Deadwood.
Great show, amazing.
Great show. Speaking of HBO,
This is great too, and I called it. Can we just say I was right? You can say I was right. Months ago I called this.
they haven't confirmed it yet. so-
Months ago I called this. I'm clairvoyant. HBO is considering a subscription service to HBO Go. Standalone away from cable.
Yeah.
So, like, you pay like $8 a month for Netflix.
Netflix do it with the HBO.
It's going to be HBO. Just like that.
So are they going to make an app for it? Download?
They already have the app.
Oh,
it's just a matter of... The only way you can get it now is like I have AT&T Uverse with HBO, and I get the app because I have HBO.
Yeah, you just type
on cable.
You just type in your Uverse information, and
every show. Now they're doing it.
But now they're thinking about offering that separate from cable. So, like, if you don't have cable but you want to watch Game of Thrones, you just subscribe to the HBO Go.
And it's not like you have to wait for the last season to finish, like with Netflix. As soon as that episode comes out,
it's on there.
It's on there, yeah.
Okay, but what happens if, like, what if you don't have HBO on your cable
That's what
at all?
they're saying.
That's
the thing.
So you can get Go, and then...
Right.
But if you do have it, do you still get that or get it paid separately?
You get it free.
Okay.
Yeah. Along with your HBO
you
subscription.
Like we said, this is all speculation. It's not confirmed yet.
No, it's
this
happening.
is what they're considering.
No, it's happening. I called it. I was right.
All right. Is that it for speaking of news?
Yeah,
sure
that was a lot.
That was a lot of news. There was 10 pieces of news. And now I think we have 9 trailers coming up in Trailer Talk.
Jesus.
All right. I'm going to step out for 1 second. You guys talk about the first trailer up for Rosewater, the Jon Stewart from The Daily Show, his directorial and writing film that he gave us.
Do you ever watch The Daily Show?
No.
I don't either, but I know John. I've seen Jon Stewart stand up. So when I saw this trailer, I was like, wow, this looks crazy.
Oh, it gave me the cold chills.
I know, right?
Twice. Even watching it the second time, I got cold chills on that trailer.
This is a journalist who's he's detained in Iran for like 100 days and tortured and interrogated and stuff. And
for being a spy.
But he was just a journalist.
Yeah, he's just a journalist.
I didn't think Jon Stewart could make something like this.
Honestly, I wouldn't know his type of thing, but I've only ever seen Gael Garcia Bernal. I've only seen him in one thing, and that was A Little Bit of Heaven, and where he's a doctor.
Yeah, I've heard of that movie.
And it's a romantic movie.
Yeah.
And so when I saw the trailer for this, seeing him in that, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is a big step up from a romantic comedy.
There's a movie he was in 2008 called, I don't know, Babel or Babel. It was a Brad Pitt movie, Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. And it's one of those movies, where you have like 5 or 6 different storylines and they all link together somehow.
Yeah.
It's like that. Really good.
Is it really good?
Really good.
I'm always iffy on Brad Pitt.
I'm a big fan. But it's a preference thing.
Yeah, like Legends of the Fall, everyone says that's such a great movie and I just don't see it.
That movie.
I think it's mostly because of the ending.
The ending kind of sucks.
Up, I'm like,
The ending really does blow. I'm not gonna lie, but this movie looks crazy cool. It looks like a Oscar contender. Like they're gonna be giving it all kinds of awards.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. I've been fighting a cold. That's why
They're not gonna be sick.
That's why we didn't actually have an episode last week because I just wasn't feeling up to it, and we didn't have any filler podcast on hand that we could record or present. So, Rosewater, you guys excited for it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked.
I'm pretty excited to see what Jon Stewart can give us. And Gael Garcia Bernal is amazing. Babel, one of my favorite movies that came out in 2007.
I thought it was 2008, but I don't know.
It had him in, because 2007 was whenever There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men came out. But, all right.
Overrated.
So the next film up that we're going to talk about is a documentary, To Be Takei, the George Takei documentary.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, it looks so good. I love George Takei.
George Takei is awesome. Amazing.
He's the most positive person that I've ever encountered
in
life.
And the guy's been through so much shit, and he's still happy about everything. Makes me mad.
I love his Twitter feed. I don't even have a Twitter, and I love his Twitter feed.
Yeah.
He has a Facebook as well that he just posts a bunch of funny shit. I think he has 7 million Facebook followers. Is that right?
Probably because he's so fucking funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And he also is big into, like, equal rights and stuff. And
yeah. Like I said, he's a gay... him and his husband, they got married. So him and Brad, they got married, and they're really big into activism for gay, lesbian rights. And he was also raised in a Japanese internment camp during World War II. Mm-hmm. Guy's been through some shit, and he's still so happy.
He doesn't believe in negativity.
Oh my! Still, that's I think that's my text tone. Whenever I get a text, it's George Takei going, "Oh my!"
It was for a long time, and then I changed it to.
It was yours too?
Final Fantasy VII's.
Oh yeah.
Winning theme, yeah.
Mine was Skyrim for a
You're a Skyrim fan? Oh, that's cool.
Oh yay!
Skyrim's awesome.
is
It
pretty
takes away
good.
from my homework time.
I love that.
Skyrim's great. So you have a 360 then?
Yeah, I really wish I want them to put Skyrim on Xbox One without it having to be online. The new Elder Scrolls is going to be pure online. You have to play with everybody else.
I don't
Yeah,
like.
that-
I don't
that's
like
kinda
Elder.
weird.
I got it. Elder Scrolls Online. It's not good.
I played the beta and I didn't really care for it, and it's really difficult to find out what you're supposed to do for certain.
That was my problem too.
Things.
There was no direction in what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, no direction, and then people are going around you like just busting through that level, and you're like, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
What
Help
we're
me.
trying to say is that To Be Decay is going to be an amazing documentary.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
I veer off. I'm sorry.
We all veer off. That's the point of this
all
podcast. We're going to talk about one show and then we're going to get off on a whole tangent about football or something. Who knows? The next film up that we're going to talk about, The Young Ones, is from Jake Paltrow. He gave us Good Night and some episodes of Boardwalk Empire. Stars Elle Fanning, Michael Shannon, and Nicholas Hoult from, what was that zombie movie he did?
It was Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies. That's
He's in
what it was.
X-Men, too.
Yeah.
He's the beast.
He's Beast. And Michael Shannon, of course, is amazing.
Yeah,
Have
Michael
you-
Shannon's
I
awesome.
told you to watch Take Shelter. Did you ever watch
Never
that movie?
have, no.
Oh, you need to get on that.
I know.
Is Elle Fanning related to Dakota
It's her
Fanning?
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
This movie is about
She's
it's
kinda
set.
gone downhill.
This movie is set in the future where water is hard to find, and a teenage boy sets out to protect his family and survive. Looks really good. I'll never see it.
I probably won't see it either, but not because I don't think it looks cool. I just probably won't see it because I don't care.
The thing about this movie is, remember it had the big dog robots.
Yeah.
Oh god, those things terrify me. Oh, they're so scary. Oh, I'm going off on another tangent. Speaking of robots, guess what I ordered? One of those Jeebos.
What is that?
Jeebos.
I showed
Is that
you
those
that.
fucking things that
The robot.
vacuum your floor for you?
No, that's a freaking Roombas are the things that vacuum. A Jeebo is the first artificial intelligence robot
Why did you order one?
because it's a fucking artificial intelligence robot, and I want to be one of the first people in the world to own one.
I was just referencing Parks and Rec.
Yeah, the DJ Roomba.
I haven't watched
Aziz
Parks and
Ansari
Rec.
is hilarious. Go online after when you get a chance and just watch Jeebo. G-I. Is
It kind of
yes.
blows my mind that you ordered this robot.
What?
This is some AI shit.
You know me.
Or
It-
iRobot.
It looks like Eva from WALL-E. It's just this.
Can he cook you a pizza?
It gives you
Because that's the real question.
it gives you recipes. Like it tells you what steps you need to take.
Does he connect to Wi-Fi and you ask him questions?
Yeah,
So like, hey, find me, a barbecue chicken recipe.
yeah.
And bake it
Yeah.
right now.
Not bake it. I'll tell you how to bake it.
No.
And it talks to you and stuff.
If
too.
I get an AI robot, I want it to do the work for me.
Yeah, one Saturday we're gonna come back and Andrew's gonna be dead.
It doesn't have any appendages or anything. It's just a head that swivels back and forth.
You don't know if it has feelings or not.
Oh, it has feelings.
It might kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
How would
that's
it
what
kill
I'm
me?
saying.
It has no appendages.
Have
It
you
would-
seen iRobot?
I saw
Yeah, that's
iRobot.
what they said.
Guess what? Those things had arms and legs and could kick shit. This thing is just a head that swivels.
He might be learning.
He could be learning it.
Maybe he evolves.
How could
Pokemon style.
How could he build without arms though? He can't.
Evolve?
How could he evolve?
How did Squirtle evolve to Blastoise? Fucking Pokemon logic, man.
Yeah. Guess what? Fucking arms.
Hey, we didn't have arms at one time. We were fish in the sea.
Well,
and then
we're-
we crawled out and evolved.
Because we're biological organisms and we're not animatronics.
What we're trying to say is that Young Ones is a good movie that I'm never going to see. The
I'm
next
totally
film,
gonna watch it because I love Nicholas Hoult.
he's pretty good. The
Yeah,
next,
he's all right.
the next
I'm
film
all
up,
about the romance.
a good marriage. The next film up,
Ooh, creepy.
directed by Peter Askin. He gave us Company Man and Certainty.
I don't care about this movie.
This movie is written by Stephen fucking King. Stars Anthony LaPaglia, Joan Allen, Kristen Connolly, and Stephen Lang. I love Stephen Lang. He was in Avatar and Tombstone.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Who is he in Tombstone?
You remember the guy who always ran away from a fight?
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, him.
Okay, you've seen Avatar, right?
Yeah.
He was the big, tough, like
Buff general
buff
back
general
guy.
guy.
Okay,
Same
the one
guy.
that was in the big
Yeah.
guy. Okay.
When he was in Tombstone, he was really
A coward.
fat and cowardly, and he got super buff.
That's a great movie.
It is a good movie. The plot of A Good Life is after 25 years of a good marriage, what will Darcy do when she finds out her husband is a serial killer?
I couldn't care less about this movie.
I'll see it just because of Stephen King, and I'm a big Stephen King fanatic.
I'll see it because of the simple thing of two can keep a secret if one of them is dead. So I want to know which one's going to die.
I do too. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. Speaking of Stephen King, I was listening to a Michael Sheen interview the other day. He said his favorite writer is Stephen King, and guess what his favorite books are?
The Dark Tower.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we should hang out. And we just talk
Dude,
about.
I know
the dark-
you're into that shit. It's just, to me, it's just okay. But I guess I get why people are into it.
You know what I think is just okay? The Game of Thrones books.
Sucked. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah. Dark Tower is so much better than Game of Thrones. It's not
That
even close.
is a lie.
Not even close. Guess
Lies.
what? Stephen King is capable of putting out one fucking book a year. George R. R. Martin.
Bullshit! There was like 16 years between the third and fourth book, wasn't there?
Yeah, but guess how many books?
16 years!
Guess how many books he wrote in between those? The guy writes more than one book series because he's
And
fucking
Martin
good
writes,
writer.
Martin writes shit more than just Game of Thrones.
What?
Have-
All right, we'll go out. We'll go on this tangent because we're actually running out of time. John Wick
Oh, yeah.
is the new movie that's going to be up. It's Chad Stahelski. He's a stunt coordinator for V for Vendetta, Rambo, 300, Serenity.
Serenity's great.
Serenity is great. I love
Do you like
Serenity.
Firefly? Have you seen Firefly?
No.
The greatest. Okay,
It's on Netflix,
Is it? I'll
it's
watch it.
the greatest sci-fi show of all time.
pretty much.
All time.
What's it about?
Do you know who
Space Cowboys.
Then I might not watch it, and there's probably a reason why I haven't already.
No, trust
Sad.
me. Greatest show of all time.
the guy that did the Avengers, Joss Whedon? He did Firefly.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and
I don't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
he also
I'm
did
not crazy about that show either.
Dollhouse. Did you ever see Dollhouse?
Oh, Dollhouse is great.
Dollhouse.
That
Is
sounds familiar.
Eliza Dushku and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
What's the plot line?
She's like, they can.
Okay, you want to tell you?
You go ahead because I can't find the words.
What you do is you sign up for this company.
You tell 'em
when
what-
you leave after 5 years of service, you're going to be healthier than you are right now. You're going to be more
Super
wealthy.
rich,
You're
yeah.
going to be super rich. The only problem is after 5 years of working for us, you're not going to remember what you did. Pretty much what they do is they take away who you are mentally, and they can implement other people into your body. So, like, if they need somebody for, like, a hostage negotiation, they can implement in your brain the perfect hostage negotiator.
Yeah.
If they need a secret agent, they can implement the perfect secret agent in you.
It's a good show.
If they need,
It's on Netflix.
if like a rich billionaire needs a super hot playboy,
Okay, but why would somebody want to do that?
because you don't remember the things you did, you're just going to be ridiculously healthy because they feed you like the perfect foods. You exercise every day, and you don't remember it. Like, you go like, okay, I signed up, I signed the paper, you sit in the chair, 5 years later, you wake up like immediately, and you're super rich and you're super healthy.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's an amazing
good
show.
show.
Oh, it's so freaking
It's
good.
if you were gonna watch Firefly or Dollhouse, Dollhouse would be. If you don't like Firefly, watch Dollhouse. That's the only thing I can think of. There.
But the good news is you're
Are-
going to love Firefly because it's
Are
the best show.
Firefly and Dollhouse
Both on Netflix.
intricated to each other?
No.
No, not at all.
And there's only 2 seasons of Dollhouse and only 1 season of Firefly.
Is that from Stephen King? That rose.
The Rose?
Looking thing?
Yeah, that's it.
What is it?
The Rose.
What movie is it, or what book is it from?
The Dark Tower series.
Oh, so it's from. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's my cousin's tattoo, and it makes it look like she has an open wound on her knee, and it's disgusting.
Is it from Stephen King? Is that what it is?
Yeah, all of her tattoos are from books or movies that she's read or watched.
That's
And
kind of cool.
No, they're all really terrible tattoos.
Oh, well, if they're terrible, then
it,
yes,
like I said, it makes it look like she has an open wound on her knee.
Oh.
It's a weird place for a tattoo, I'll say that.
Okay, John Wick looks amazing. I can't
Yeah,
wait
it
to see
does.
it.
Okay, so yeah, John
Starring-
Stahelski.
Starring the great American treasure, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves and Willem Dafoe and Ian McShane and Jason Isaacs and Alfie Allen.
Oh, Jason Isaacs is in this movie?
Yeah, he is.
Even better.
Yep. Okay, pretty much the plot of this. A former hitman is pursued by an old friend who was contracted to kill him.
Shit gets real.
So Keanu Reeves owns this little dog, and he's like retired from being an assassin. He's living the good life, and all of a sudden, Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones comes and kills his dog.
And shit gets real.
So Keanu Reeves has to kill everybody in the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And John Leguizamo.
Because the dog was the last
I forgot to
gift
put
his
John
wife
Leguizamo.
Oh, yeah,
gave
that
before
was the
she
best
died.
part. She just... Best part. That dog was the last gift from my dying wife.
The
Now,
worst line in any movie.
I want to know, did she say, was that dog already around when she was dying? Or, like, as she was dying, she said, go get this dog?
She's like, oh, I don't have much longer.
No.
Have a dog.
Maybe because she was dying, she didn't want him to be alone, so she went and got him a dog.
How could she get him a dog if she's dying?
Well, it depends on how she's dying. It could
That's
have been
true.
a multiple.
Okay, I'm with that.
She could have an autoimmune disease. She could have
Maybe,
cancer.
yeah.
There's so many different ways she could be dying.
In my brain, I'm thinking, oh, she got in a car wreck. She's laying in the bed. Go get this dog. But that's probably
no, he didn't say dead wife. He said dying wife from my dying wife.
Okay.
Which means she was dying slowly.
That makes a little more sense,
She
but
was
it's
in
still,
the process of dying.
it's still terribly delivered.
I want to see this movie really bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
I felt like that was very romantic, actually. So,
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, you know how we keep making fun of Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Like we've classically done that?
No, Keanu Reeves will not be the new Nicolas Cage.
No. So you know he's doing that Left Behind movie?
Yeah, he is.
Me and my dad got into a really big argument about how I said Nicolas Cage is terrible and that Nicolas Cage is actually a great actor to him.
Nicolas Cage is a great actor. It's the fact that he can do these shitty movies and get away with it.
I guess that's true.
He's just so poor he has to do every single movie that comes his way. Sorry.
I don't think it's because he's poor. I think National
No, he
Treasure
is
set
very,
him
very
for
poor.
life.
He is very, very poor because he bought a freaking comic book that was worth how many millions of dollars?
$2 million or something.
$2 million, yeah. The next movie up is The Calling. Jason Stone, his directorial debut. Scott Abramovich, his writing debut. Starring Susan Sarandon, Topher Grace, and Donald Sutherland. The plot of this movie, a series of murders leads to a detective of a small town to believe something evil is coming of biblical proportions.
All right, where Donald Sutherland is concerned, this is probably going to be like every other movie Donald Sutherland plays in.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's going to play the very same character he always does.
Yep.
But Topher Grace, however, I think this is going to be a better role for him, more serious, which he normally... That's just weird for him.
He's just always going to be from that 70s show to me, so...
Did you not see Will You Take Me Home Tonight?
That's a great movie.
No,
well, it's not great, but it is funny.
It didn't look like it was up for me. I did see Predators, though, and that movie was...
Haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Predators.
I was like, man, I wanted to hate this movie, but I really don't. Oh, speaking of Adrian Brody, I saw Houdini. Not the best.
I have no interest.
Not the best.
I don't have interest in most Adrian Brody movies.
Really? I like Adrian Brody.
I think he's a good actor. His face just annoys me.
The Pianist, Darjeeling Limited. He's really good. This movie, though, I don't know.
I won't watch it.
I won't watch it either. But it looks good.
Wait, Felony?
No, The Calling.
Oh, The Calling. I'm totally going to watch that.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll have to be one of your Did You See That opinions. The next movie up, Felony. Directed by Matthew Seville. Written by Joel Edgerton, the actor, who also stars in this alongside Tom Wilkinson and Jake Courtney from Divergent. Tom Wilkinson, of course, everybody knows who that is.
He's awesome.
The plot of this,
Yeah, he is.
3 male detectives become embroiled in a tense struggle after a tragic accident that leaves a child in a coma. One is guilty of the crime. One will try to cover it up, and the other attempts to expose it. How far will these men go to both disguise and unravel the truth?
All right. This movie looks fine, but I don't care.
I actually will try to see this one. I really like Joel Edgerton a lot, and if he's written it, I want to see what he can do.
Oh, Joel Edgerton wrote it.
He wrote it and starred in it. So
I want to see Courtney do another movie. I've only ever seen him in Divergent, and I want to see what he's really like. Like, what kind of actor is he?
agreed.
Yeah, okay.
And Tom Wilkinson, of course, everybody loves that guy.
Robert Carlyle's my Full Monty love, but I do like Tom Wilkinson.
Robert Carlyle, he was in 28 Weeks Later, wasn't he?
I don't know. I'm not a big zombie fan, but I do. He's in Once Upon a Time.
I was going to see if you were going to flip.
Rumpelstiltskin.
I was going to see if you were going to flip shit that she called 28 Days or 28 Weeks Later a zombie movie.
No.
It's not a zombie movie.
No, I mean, if you haven't seen it, that's what you would think it is. So.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is Robert Carlyle. He
it's-
was in 28 Weeks Later.
It's basically a zombie movie, essentially, but it's more like this disease that just makes people go crazy.
Well, no, because there was the
It's called-
days later. Whatever.
28 Days Later. It's 28 Weeks Later is the sequel.
Weeks
Yeah,
is
see, I
pretty
saw
much-
28 Days Later, and I didn't really care for it because
Weeks is
Oh,
better.
no, it's so not better. It's so not better than Weeks. 28 Days Later is so amazing.
I was really upset when the father got that in his eye.
That was
drop
fucked
in his
up.
eye, and
Yeah.
then that's what turned him. I was like, oh, this is stupid. But I'm also not into The Walking Dead or anything like that.
That was Brendan Gleeson who got the in his eye.
Was it bird poop or bird saliva?
No,
or
it was a
something?
bird picking a corpse of one of the infected,
and
and
the
then
corpse
a drop
fell.
of blood got in his eye. You know who else was in that movie? Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
Was he?
I
He
don't
was
know.
one of the bad army guys at the very end of the movie who tried to steal the women away,
And then got killed.
and then he got killed. Yeah, he was the main major or whatever for that group.
I can remember the scene. I just can't put his face in there because I love him so much as the Doctor.
Yeah, he's probably
That's what
my
they call
second
boss
favorite
now.
Doctor. I have to go back and watch the original Doctor Who's.
He's still my favorite.
I've watched them. They're
I
terrible.
haven't watched the
Have you
original
really?
ones.
The
but
ones from like
I need to.
1960s.
1960s,
Oh,
yeah.
they're awful.
Okay. The next film up we're going to talk about, I Am Ali. It's a documentary about Muhammad Ali / Cassius Clay Jr. It also stars Muhammad Ali Jr., Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
I have no idea what
What's up, Pussycat?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh my god.
I have no idea why he's in this movie.
Why is he in this movie?
Because he's Tom fucking Jones. What's Muhammad Ali's daughter's name? It's
Layla Ali.
Layla Ali. She's in this. Man, she can kick fucking ass.
Yeah, she's a badass.
The documentary is pretty much about the life of
That
Cass.
being said, I don't care about this movie. I'm sorry.
I love boxing.
Most of these movies this week, I just don't care about.
No, there's a couple of them I'm kind of interested. I think it was because last time we did one, they were all some of the greatest trailers for movies we'd ever seen. So this week is just kind of underwhelming compared to what we saw then. But I will definitely see the Muhammad Ali documentary because do you remember the 30 for 30, the real Rocky, about the guy who was one of the first people to knock down Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
And it's what Rocky is based off of, and then Sylvester Stallone got sued because he stole the story and didn't give him any credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
The next film
Don't
up,
care.
Serena, directed by
Wait, do you care about the Muhammad Ali movie?
No.
Okay, I was just...
Okay. You had a look on your face. I'm like, you're
That's
pretty
why I
much in
didn't
the
talk
same
the
boat.
entire time.
All right.
Oh.
The next film up, Serena, directed by Susan Beer. She gave us several Danish films, including In a Better World, and she won an Oscar for that. The writer is Christopher Kyle. He wrote Alexander. He wrote K-19, The Widowmaker, and then The Weight of Water. I've never seen The Weight of Water.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of any three of those.
You never saw Alexander, who is that?
Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell and Angelina Jolie.
I only saw like 10 minutes of it.
K-19, The Widowmaker, that was Harrison Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
I
a
love
submarine
Harrison
movie.
Ford.
It was a Cold War Soviet nuclear sub, and the reactor in the sub blows, and everybody's dying of radiation poisoning. I think it was based on a true story. I'm not for sure.
There's a really good Harrison Ford movie called Crossing Over.
That was a good movie.
It's one of those movies where it's a bunch of storylines converging and being linked by one thing or whatever. It's really good.
Starring in Serena, we have Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Rhys Ifans, Sam Reed, and Sean Harris. I really like Sean Harris. He's going to be an upcoming actor to keep your eye on. But Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence are the main protagonists in this film. They get married. It's sort of like a post-Civil War film
Okay.
where The plot of it is Depression-era North Carolina, the future of George Pemberton's timber empire becomes complicated when it is learned that his wife Serena cannot bear children.
Serena being played by Jennifer Lawrence.
C. That's Spanish
Oh.
for yes.
Okay. That's whatevs.
Yeah.
It looks okay.
This is going to be another one of those movies where Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence both get Oscar nominations.
This is probably going to be another movie where Bradley Cooper sucks.
Yep.
So,
right.
quick question. We're at an hour now. Do you want to save Jack Black's?
We're going until we're done.
Okay.
We got to get everything.
All right.
We have an obligation to the listeners. All right, now we're going to go into the top 10 Jack Black films that we believe are the top 10. We each chose 3 films of Jack Black's, and then we all agreed on a 10th. So, the first movie up, School of Rock. Who chose this one?
I did. Sorry,
Go for
excuse me. Okay, so School of Rock. We all know what it's about. It's about a School of Rock. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, Jack Black is like this unemployed rocker who gets kicked out of his band, and then he impersonates his friend who's a substitute teacher, and he goes to this hoity-toity private school and gets these kids to be in a band so he can take them to the Battle of the Bands and win money. It's great.
It's
really good movie. I know people don't like it, but I thought it was good. It's the first movie that I remember seeing him in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go see any other of the other movies in theaters.
I think I saw Shallow Hal in a...
Well, School of Rock was before Shallow Hal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he looks older in School of Rock than he did in Shallow Hal. He looks really young in Shallow Hal.
But School of Rock is it's pretty good. I mean, I've seen it a few times. I could watch it again. It's not a movie it's one of the movies you can watch more than once.
Yeah, that was a Richard Linklater film. I'm interested to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He did Bernie, which is another film we're going to talk about.
Didn't
But he
know
also
that.
did that Boyhood movie that I'm going to watch today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
All right, next movie I picked, The Jackal.
Yeah.
Great.
he got fucking blown up in that movie.
It's Bruce Willis and Richard Gere, and Bruce Willis is obviously the famous Jackal assassin. And
Real person in real life.
Yeah, real person. And Richard Gere's the guy that like tracks him down, and he Interpol agent or something. I don't remember.
I remember his name was Declan.
But
I remember Sidney Poitier was in that movie.
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
I remember Jack Black getting
Mr. Tibbs.
getting his fucking arm blown off.
And then the rest of them got blown off
Yeah, it was a good movie.
too. Yeah.
I remember when it came out. It was fucking huge. But have you seen it?
No, like I've never even heard of the
Yeah.
Jackal. I downloaded a whole bunch of
Like these films, the Jack Black films.
yeah, because I was trying to figure out. I was gonna have a
Jack Blackathon.
yeah, thank you,
Okay.
because I can't talk.
Ah.
But yeah, I was planning on watching all of these films and having a Jack Blackathon, and just didn't happen.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
all the
Got
ones
busy.
that Zach chose are just not the best. So you could have.
Whatever.
Actually, I think you got 3 in a row. This next
Yes,
movie is
Enemy of the State.
Okay.
Boom. Mainly, it's a Will Smith, Gene Hackman.
Hackman. This is before Gene Hackman
Other
retired.
fucking guy. There's another fucking guy in there. The bad guy. I can't remember.
John Voight.
Yeah, John Voight. He is the bad guy in this movie. I
He
forgot.
is.
And of course, it's got like Seth Green and
Barry-
Jamie Kennedy and
Barry Pepper.
Barry Pepper. I love Barry Pepper.
He didn't have that
Yeah.
big. Jake Busey was in it. I remember
Jake Busey. And obviously Jack Black. And Jack Black's one of the like techie guys that helps John Voight try and get this tape back from Will Smith. It's a really good movie. I could still watch it again.
That was a Tony Scott movie.
But really,
Top Gun, Man of
it's
Fire.
a really good movie. Even though there are points in the movie where I just shake my head. All right, now who had the next one?
Tropic Thunder. That was me.
Not the best.
What?
Just kidding.
I love Tropic Thunder. That movie was so fucking good. Directed by Ben Stiller. And I didn't know this until I looked it up. Justin Theroux was the screenwriter for this.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
The guy
know that.
from The Leftovers, the actor from Leftovers, he was the screenwriter for this. Of course, Jack Black was hilarious in this, so was Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, and how do you say his name? Jay Baruchel?
Jay Baruchel?
Yeah.
Something like that?
And
I think it's Baruchel.
Baruchel?
Yeah, it could not be, but that's how I.
Some crazy
been
Canadian
pronouncing it.
name. Who knows what they do
Have
up
you
there?
seen that
I
movie
do
he's
love
in
him,
where like he gets hooked up with a woman who's like too Two pretty.
She's Out of My League.
She's out of
Yeah, that's
that
a funny movie.
That was
Yeah.
actually a really good movie.
He's also in This Is the End.
Yeah.
That's a funny movie.
And How to
too.
Train Your Dragon, which is one of my favorite
That's
movies.
a good movie.
I was going to watch the second one. I just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, I need
heard
to
it's
watch the
not that
second
good.
one.
I just remember Brandon T. Jackson in this movie, Tropic Thunder. His name was Al Pacino. Al Pacino.
That's ridiculous.
I like Jack Black's character a lot in this movie. He was, it was heroin that he was addicted to.
Yeah.
Was it?
I thought it was cocaine.
I think it was heroin, or he was addicted to some shit. He's
Was
like, I
he-
need some jelly beans.
Was he
That
the
the
guy
time
they
the
tied
tree?
to the
Yeah.
tree and he's like,
Yeah.
I'll suck your dick
I'll
off?
suck your dick.
Yeah, that
There we
was
go.
pretty funny.
Swallow the gravy. Okay, the next movie up, Shallow Hal. Who was this? Was this one of our?
I suggested it.
I think
but
this was our. Everybody agreed
This
on
is a
Shallow
really
Hal.
good movie. It's funny.
It
It's
has a moral point.
yeah. It's him and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jason Alexander and Tony Robbins.
Tony
Huge fan.
Robbins.
It's really good. He's this guy who only goes after really shallow. Only goes after women for their looks, and then
As it turns out, all of them are ugly.
Yeah,
He just
and-
couldn't see it.
right because the Tony Robbins like does something to him and makes him look past the outside.
The Farrelly brothers gave us this movie. So
Gwyneth Paltrow, it's really interesting to see her fat because
yeah,
that's
that was
not a thing.
yeah. That's just one of those things that doesn't happen in real life. I love the thing I like about Shallow Hal is you'll see Gwyneth Paltrow like as he sees her as a super skinny, but everything like the surrounding environment doesn't pertain to that. Like whenever they're in the canoe and stuff, and she's up front and she's super skinny, but the canoe in the back where Jack Black
Yeah.
is still sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
And the chair breaking.
The chair breaking and stuff like that, but you can still see her like as she really is, and like the reflections in the mirrors and stuff like that. I really like Shallow Hal a lot. Jason Alexander has a fucking tail. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. The next movie up is one of my movies, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the true sad bastard movie, High Fidelity. John Cusack, Jack Black, and Todd Lusso.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen High Fidelity?
It doesn't appeal to me.
Nope.
It's John Cusack, him, Jack Black, and Todd Lucio. They own this record company. They just sell vinyl records, and all they do is sit around and talk about their top 10 lists. Like, my top 10 records for this are blah, blah, blah. My top 10 records for this are blah, blah, blah. My favorite movies are this. And it's just all about how John Cusack is a sad bastard who's in love with this woman, and he can't get her back. And it's just really funny because of how sad he gets. I remember Tim Robbins is as this new age hippie guy with really long hair, and he wears the tinted mini glasses that come down to the edge of his nose, and he wears all hemp clothing and stuff.
He's the one in
Shawshank Redemption.
yeah. And I was actually going to say Nothing to Lose, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I love High Fidelity. If you're ever in the mood for like a really dry comedy, like where the humor isn't obvious, this is the movie to choose. I remember whenever I was in acting school, they had us read scenes from High Fidelity, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I get to do this. I feel like I'm actually in the movie now. The next movie up, who chose Kung Fu Panda?
Me.
Go for it.
Kung Fu Panda is a children's movie. It's a cartoon. And it was directed by Mark Osborne and John Stevenson, and it was written by Jonathan Abel and Glenn Berger. My favorite part about this movie is it has a ton of actors in it, a ton of good actors. It has Jack Black and Angelina Jolie and Lucy Liu. It also has Ian McShane in it.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. He's the bad tiger.
I like Ian McShane.
I also really
Jackie Chan.
love Seth Rogen as Mantis.
Yeah.
That was great.
I didn't know Seth Rogen was in
Yeah,
it.
him.
Yeah, he's the
Dustin
big
Hoffman's in it too.
Yeah, he's Shifu.
David Cross. David Cross is funny, but he's a terrible human being. If you ever listen to his stand-up comedies, he's just so mean.
I haven't.
But yeah, I love Kung Fu Panda.
And that's a movie that's timeless. You can watch it a ton of times. Probably not one of my favorite movies, but it's definitely one you can watch more than once.
Was it a Disney movie?
No, it's DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to your next one.
My next one is the Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. I'll admit that I don't really care for most of the movie. It's not the acting that I really like in it. Jack Black and Kyle Gass, I don't like their music. I'm not a Tenacious D fan.
But they wrote the greatest song in the world.
They are talented.
And it's tribute.
They are talented. That's what I admit, is Jack Black can sing. He has a good singing voice. It's the content that I really don't care for. Kyle Gass, it's just, I don't find it funny. But I have seen them live. I went to see Tenacious D live.
No shit?
What?
Yeah, in Kansas City.
Wow.
And that's when I fell in love with them, because at first I didn't. It was for the Phoenix, Rise of the Phoenix, and they had a giant cock for, like, blow-up cock that was supposed to be the Phoenix, and at the very end...
Wait, are we talking a rooster or a literal
No, it's
dick?
a literal dick with balls. It was standing on its balls, and he... at the very end of the show, it ejaculated confetti.
That is
out of it.
amazing.
Yes!
Everywhere. And I really did just fall in love with them, and I think Kyle Gass is an incredible guitarist. And in the end, Dave Grohl plays the devil. And I am in love with Dave Grohl. I'm in love with Foo Fighters, and I just think he is so brilliant. I don't care for Nirvana, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not a Nirvana fan, but I do love Dave Grohl.
The next film up, I think, is also one of yours.
Year One, yes.
Year One.
With Michael Cera and Jack Black, of course. And it's about them traveling all over the world because they don't fit in their caveman village. And it's about Year One of Earth, the first year. It combines science with religion. So Christopher Mintz-Plasse, I think is how you say his name, McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin.
He's in it, and he plays... In the Bible, I don't remember...
Isaac.
Yeah, Abraham's son.
Yeah.
That Abraham goes to kill, and it talks a lot about circumcision in that part.
It was
and it's a big
Hank
thing.
Azaria was Abraham.
I remember.
It was a pretty great movie.
And it's really sad because this was Harold Ramis's last movie that he directed.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. The next film up...
And he wrote it.
Did he write it as well?
Yeah, with Gene Stupnitsky.
Huh. All right, we're going to go back to Richard Linklater for the last film that we're going to talk about, Bernie, my personal favorite Jack Black movie. He was actually nominated for a Golden Globe for this movie. It's a true story. That's the crazy thing. I think we've talked about it on the podcast several times. True story of Bernie Teed. He lived in eastern Texas. And he was the nicest guy anybody... Have you ever watched the movie?
No, I have not.
Do you know the story?
No.
Okay, it was big in the news, like 10 years ago?
I don't watch the news.
Okay.
And
But-
I was 10 years old.
All right. Pretty much the true story is Bernie Teed lived in eastern Texas. I forget the name of the town. But everybody thought he was the nicest guy. Like, everybody's like, if you need something done, go talk to Bernie Teed. He worked at the funeral home as one of the morticians. And he would also go to, like, the old elderly home, help people out. He would contribute to, like, all these organizations around town. He would help, like, musicals. He'd help with the high school. He's like, Bernie is the nicest guy. Well, he had a thing for older women. And one of the women that he was fancying was a woman by the name of Marjorie Nugent was her name. Super rich lady, meanest lady you've ever heard of in your entire life. Just that cliched, super mean old lady who is very rich and just looked
Get
down
off
on
my
everybody.
lawn!
Yeah, one of those people. Well, he was really nice to her, and she's like, you know what? Everybody in this town is really mean to me except for Bernie. So she started letting him hang around her, and they would do stuff together. They'd go on vacations and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, okay, well, they're finally happy. Secretly, Marjorie was ridiculously evil to Bernie. Like, she would not let him leave. Like, she had a gated in area, and she would, like, lock the gates so he couldn't leave. He would have to stay with her. And it got to the point where she drove him so mentally crazy that he ended up killing her. And
Oh, goodness.
everybody, and he's like, oh my God, I don't know what I've done. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That whenever he was convicted, or whenever they arrested him, everybody's like, just let him go. He is this super nice guy, and she was a super mean lady. It's okay. He could have killed her. It's no big deal. And it got to the point where they actually had to do the trial so far away because everybody in the town wanted to let him go. Everybody's like, he's just too nice of a guy. And he was convicted, and they sentenced sentenced him to life in prison. And Matthew McConaughey is in this movie. McConaughey.
Yay.
He's in this movie. He was the prosecuting attorney that was trying to get
he's such a good attorney.
that whenever this movie ended, like whenever the movie was done, they actually reopened the trial, and now Bernie, the real Bernie Teed, is out of prison.
Oh, thank goodness.
And Richard Linklater, the guy who directed this movie, he posted Bernie's bail, and now Bernie Teed has to live with Richard Linklater, the director, until his
well, let's hope he doesn't kill him too.
yeah. But it's a really good movie.
I honestly thought when you were starting off that plot line, I thought that you were gonna end it with John Wayne Gacy type movie, and I was like, oh,
No. All right.
I got really into some serial killer movies there for a little bit.
All right, now we're going to do IMDb Idiots. Everybody get out your electronic device, and we're going to explain the rules of IMDb Idiots. I'm going to describe a movie. You guys have to guess what it is. You get one guess. And if you don't get it, then the other person has one try. And if they get it wrong, then it starts back over. So the first movie we're going to talk about. This movie is directed, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
By James Mangold.
I bet I know what it is, but I'm going to look
Walk
first.
the Line.
Nope, you're out. Zach, can you
No,
guess it?
keep going.
Nope. Now that she guessed, you have to throw a guess and she can get back in.
Well, that's 310 to Yuma.
That's it.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a very good movie.
It was that girl interrupted into Wolverine. I figured you would have picked 310 to Yuma.
I think it's funny that Christian Bale and Russell Crowe play in it together because they're both assholes in real life.
All right, this next movie, directed by John G. Avildsen, Avildsen.
Okay.
Anybody want to take a guess?
You said directed by?
Yes.
Keep going.
It stars Burgess Meredith. If you don't get it from there, then
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, it's Rocky.
Yep.
Oh, see, I've never seen that. Again,
Burgess Meredith.
that was
Mickey.
Yeah.
that was made before I was even born.
One of the best
A
movies.
long time.
Like I
before
said,
was
I'm a
born.
big boxing fan, so. The next movie up, this movie was directed by Stephen Gaghan, Gaghan.
Okay. I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to guess yet.
Wait, how did you spell his last name?
Gaghan.
Got it.
Stars Christopher Plummer.
Shit.
This movie won an Oscar for Best Performance by an actor in a supporting role.
Well, it's not that. Oh, I bet it's Syriana.
Yep, Zach wins.
Woo!
Damn.
All right. Well, that is it, everybody, for episode 26 of episode 26 of See It Podcast.
Episode 26 of IMDb Idiots.
It's not. I think we've only done IMDb Idiots like 15 or 16 times because we've had so many special episodes.
Yeah.
And we just haven't thrown it in there. Well, everybody, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can find us at @C_it_podcast. You can find us on Facebook at /The See It Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at /See It Podcast. We'd like to thank Podomatic.com for giving out this content. And if you'd like to follow us on iTunes, you can check it in the link below. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Peace out!
Bye.
Bye.